What's going on? What's going on? We're here live, PREZI on the ends. Here with who? Redefining Franny. What's up, Franny? How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
All right. Life with Franny. We're here with PREZI on the ends. Like we said, we're here to talk about what she does as a pivot coach. And first, before we go any further, what is a pivot coach?
So I help people make life-altering changes in less than 90 days. So I just called that pivoting. It actually got inspired by my blog post about quitting.
Okay.
And I realized I'm good at quitting. But not just quitting and not doing and quitting and doing nothing. Quitting and picking up the next thing, figuring out what that looks like, and going for it full-fledged. So sustainable change. And I think it's more like pivoting than actually quitting. So that's where I came up with the term pivot coach.
Oh, that's nice. So basically, it's like a reinforcement instead of a disappointment. Anything like anybody outside, people may look at you saying quitting as, oh, you quitting, but really it's not quitting because, like you said, you quitting to actually excel on something else. All right, so I definitely see. So I see your creative way of actually calling a pivot coach, basically just like the pivot foot, like you said earlier.
And I think I used to call it quitting and thought of it as like a negative thing, but really I wasn't quitting, I was pivoting. I was just changing the course of things, but that did result in oftentimes quitting my job, selling my house, moving. So in essence, I was quitting something to start something new. So really I was just changing courses and pivoting my life. But it just came out of the idea of quitting.
Nice. So basically, what is your journey right now? Tell me about your journey as Redefining Franny based off of being a pivot coach.
Yeah, so it took a huge pivot around this time last year. I got my own coach, and I started the business last August and thought that I was going to and at the time I was working at Comcast, and I thought I was going to build my business on the side, like a little side hustle, make as much money as I was making at Comcast, and then quit.
Yeah.
But I don't like to do anything slowly. So once I figured out how much I loved coaching and I had my own coach, by November, I had quit my job, sold my house, moved downtown, and started this business.
Nice. So basically, you just took a chance on you.
Yes.
And it's working out for you perfectly, as I can see, because you're still smiling, you're still working. I see you posting, I see you getting people attention. So it's working out for you, right?
Yeah, and I think that's what inspired me to become a pivot coach, or to call myself a pivot coach, is because it's always worked out for me that way when I made those huge changes, even though they seemed kind of crazy at the time. I feel like I took all of that experience and I'm helping people make those kinds of transitions with someone to create the roadmap with them.
Nice. So, like, do you have any, like, type of, like, everybody have that one story that actually impact them during their journey of taking that chance on themselves? So what do you have, like, a story you'd like to share right now? Like, it could be short, like just like a scenario or situation would make you feel good about taking this chance.
Well, I think the story that I tell the most that defines my pivot, or the fact that I'm quick to make decisions and change, is the story that dubbed me 6-Day Fran from my coworkers. So 10 years ago, I met my husband downtown, and I was just going out with a girlfriend, and we started talking probably late in the evening. I was talking to another person. We were all kind of hanging out, and it was like pretty much love at first sight. I went home and told my mom that he was it for me, but at the time I was visiting my dad down here in Florida for his birthday, but I lived in Maryland with my sister, had a life up there, and I was just visiting my family. But within 2 days, I had canceled my flight going back home because I wanted to stay with him. And then within 6 days, he told me he loved me, and that's where 6-Day Fran came in. And I packed up all my stuff in D.C. and moved down here to be with a man I barely knew. And now we're married and happier than I could ever be. And it's kind of the crazy psycho story. I was calling one of my best friends lived in Italy at the time. And because she couldn't meet him, I brought him to meet her mom.
Nice.
But I brought him around to meet everyone, all my best friends, and I made that decision, and I was confident, and it has been one of the best decisions of my life. And I feel like that is just one of many pivot stories, but kind of the craziest.
Wow, that's an amazing pivot story, man. That right there sound like almost one of those, Reese Witherspoon's, like, one of those. Well, it sounds like one of those stories.
I am absolutely flattered to be considered a rom-com movie.
But that sounds good, though, because, like, based on your journey and you taking a chance on your heart, your vibes, your energy, that's what life is about. Because I'm a spiritual person like that myself. I believe in vibes, energy, and moving off of the natural environment, how you naturally feel in your environment that you're in.
Yeah.
At the time, and
what you tell me, scary.
It's scary. It's scary, but at the same time, after you get used to doing it more than once and a few times, and stumbling and understand how to not stay on the ground but actually pick yourself up, it actually becomes fun sometimes.
Absolutely.
Because every learning experience is supposed to be fun. So, and I feel like the best part of that is when you take those chances is just as long as you know that you can be accountable, you are accountable for your actions. Like I said, it's not going to be a fall in the face. It's going to be a stumble or a little buck toe, and you're going to keep moving on to the next level or whatever the case is. And for you, as you kept following, you, like you said, you see it's been stepping stones for you actually gradually and become a greater friend, like you said. And you got a story where you could write a book, Six Day Friend. You feel me?
Yes.
And it actually happened like that. It's like a real life story. So
I mean, you see this as a perfect synchronicity about the book thing, because I have always wanted to write a book, a fictional memoir, because I don't want to be stuck to facts. If I need to embellish, but definitely. Absolutely, I think 6 Day Friend would be a great story for a fictional memoir.
Exactly, I think Absolutely. It would too, because at the same time, not only does it show you the two standpoints instead of one, because at the same time, not only you was taking a chance, he took a chance too.
Yeah.
Because he accepted the challenge. You understand what I'm saying? And for a man to have a woman just leave everything and cancel her trip, that is a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
I never thought of it that way, but I guess that's a lot of weight on his shoulders.
I'm telling you from a man's point of view, that's a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to take that on, to apply to that man, big up to, hubby, you know what I'm saying, good peoples. That's a challenge on both ends, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, just as much as you took a chance, he took a chance, and it worked out in the two of you guys' favor based on how you living now. Yeah.
So, and I think to your point, you said that when you do it more, it becomes easier. And I think that a lot of us, as we get older, taking those chances are harder. I think about myself a year ago, and I had a 6-figure household. I was living out in the suburbs in Wellington in this beautiful home that I thought I was going to raise a whole family in. And then I got an itch to be a coach and be an entrepreneur, and ended up selling my house and moving into a tiny apartment and doing, what people feel like is starting over. But I knew this was the right move for me, and I think a lot of people are, and I was nervous to do that, but I had done it before, and I knew that following that intuition and following your heart would take you to the right place. And I think that and my coach was so instrumental in making that happen so much faster. As a coach, I'm so excited to be able to bring that, help people through that, because I think that we think, I've invested so much in what I've done now, and then I'm going to completely change direction. What does that even look like?
Exactly. That makes sense, because you're right. A lot of people get that. That's that fear. That fear does scare people from taking that leap of faith, and sometimes that leap of faith actually bring you to your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we think our purpose is, like you said, based on the figures of where we at, but not even realizing we could do so much more. Yeah. If you just put all that in yourself. So I think putting the kind of training wheels on that too. I mean, I didn't just move down here and then do nothing for the man of my dreams. And you know what I mean? Everything Definitely. Also requires a roadmap, and it requires steps and goals and all of those things. And that's what a coach really helps you do. Like, I couldn't, and I feel like when I realized that I wanted to do this on my own, I thought it would take so many different steps because it all feels so big. But then when you work with someone, they can break it out. You can break it down into small pieces, and it feels like, oh, wait, I can do this. Definitely. And I just didn't know where to start. So, and that's the same thing I do with my blog, Redefining Franny, is I try to share what I've gone through and my stories to help inspire people to take the leaps or do the things that they want to do. Definitely. Okay, like you said, you have a blog. So let people know what your blog. Give them your website.
So my blog is Redefining Franny. I think blogging was something that I came to earlier because I'd always wanted to be a writer. So I started blogging, I think a year before I actually started my business and merged the two together. But writing is just my passion. I love to share stories. I love to journal. I love to just get it out there. I love to read myself. I read all the time in all forms. So having a blog is something that I've always wanted to do. And like I said before, that I wanted to also write a book of fictional memoirs. So my dream is to have like short stories. And I'm from a Caribbean family myself, so I feel like it would be a great hysterical novel for people to be able to get a glimpse into what it's like to be first generation Caribbean American and all the beauty that comes with a big Caribbean family.
Definitely. The culture, the food, everything, right?
All of it.
So what part of the Caribbean is your family from?
I'm first generation Haitian American.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so do you visit? Have you been back lately?
I went to Haiti for the first time last summer. It was amazing. It's beautiful. Now I have dreams of I really want to own a bed and breakfast in a retreat space. And I'm like, why not in Haiti? You know, and they have such beautiful landscape. I would love to own something out there.
Right in your hometown.
Yeah, and now you're going to keep me accountable now that I've said it.
Yeah, I am. Because I'm going to be booking out there now. I'm going to book y'all. I'm going to say, hey, man, I need hey, I'm coming down. I need something. So that's what's up. So your Instagram, your Instagram is what? Redefining Franny, right?
Yes.
All right, and that's
Franny with a Y.
Franny with a Y. That's at RedefiningFranny Instagram, and also on Facebook, Redefining Franny. Same thing, same information on Facebook and Instagram. Go follow her right now and start following her journey, and we're going to look forward for that book also, right?
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for having me.
Definitely. But that's not it, though. I got a couple more questions left for you.
Yay.
Yes, definitely. So let me ask you something. What is your ultimate goal in branding is Redefining Franny? Like, what is your ultimate, like, everybody has this slogan or this brand, what they stand for. What is Redefining Franny stands for?
So I really think that living your version of whatever a good life is starts with defining your version of a good life. So I think we all say we want to be successful, but what does success look like? It might be, $50,000 a year to one family, and it might be $1 million a year to another family. And this quote I've been loving lately is, if you aim at nothing, you're going to hit it every time. So you got to define your life. And so I say redefining, and it always is in the parentheses because I'm defining and then I'm redefining, because once you hit those goals, you want to hit higher goals. Sometimes you change the goal. So I'm giving myself permission to pivot whenever I want with the Redefining Franny. And my ultimate vision actually is I would love for it to be a platform where I kind of picture it saying redefining, and then if you were on there, PREZI on there, and then it would be you as a guest post about how you either pivoted or redefined your life in some kind of way. I would really love to open up the platform for other people's, change stories or redefining stories. So that's kind of my bigger vision, is to have a lot of voices on there sharing their crazy stories that got them.
Everybody want to know that somebody else is.
Yeah, and my story may not do it for you, but maybe someone else's does, Definitely. So that's what I really hope to see that platform grow into. Definitely.
Well, hey, in the future also, hey, if you want to do some interviews or have some other people that you want to have on your Redefining Franny, you're also more than welcome to also come book here at KKVSA Studio. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely, thank you.
Just let us know and we got you. You know what I mean? We're going to all you have to do is link the engineer Nick Yardy at Instagram, Nick Yardy, and we got you. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, this PREZI on the ends is all about life with Franny. Redefining Franny. Look her up right now on Instagram and Facebook. Redefining Franny at Facebook and Instagram. Look down right here. Follow her information. All her information is going to be at the bottom right here. Redefining Franny live on PREZI on the ends. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming by. This is just part one of the interview. We're going to have more interviews to come and let them know when the book come out, when you're coming back on the show.
Absolutely.
So we hold you accountable, right?
Yes.
PREZI on hands. Big up yourself, everybody. More love.
Nice.
You did. You are sick with it.
She was ready.
That was sick. You was.
She
Hey,
was ready.
listen. I'm looking like, did she got a script? Like she was flowing that shit. I'm like, yo, that was one of the freshest interviews. That was yo. I ain't gonna lie. You gonna have a lot of people inspired.
But
that's based on how
also,
you just.
that's
how you did
also
that 'cause-
true, though.
That's why it's gonna make it so.
All of those. Like,
Hold on, let's
that is
take.
my life.
You know what you gonna do?
Because I want to have a. Oh yeah, you need
Couple pictures and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
for the cover.
I would love to do part 2. I would, if you would be willing, I would coach you.
That would be good. That's a perfect.
Like
as a matter of fact,
live
that is a.
coaching.
Hold on, no.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's. Listen, man.
Tell me the truth.
Listen, man. You gonna be my
So it
coach.
gets real.
Hell yeah! Start
It
right
gets
here.
real.
Listen, that is the shit though, because people want to see real
It
shit.
is. That's another thing. Like that.
People are tired of seeing the bull. People
Yeah.
want to see the real deal. What's really going on in people's lives, not the script.
Yeah.
Everybody know the script, but you
Yeah.
got a lot of people that don't believe in that script and want
Yeah.
to see real reality.
Exactly.
You understand
No, I
me?
agree.